Hello! My name is Christina Malenzi. Thank you for joining me today. In today's video, it's a part 2 video that I did previously on how to detach from a man that God did not send for you, right? So in that video, when I was watching it back, I realized that I only gave one point, and that was the point of stop communication, right? But I did not give any more points than that. And so in this video, I wanted to do sort of like a part 2. And I also did some Ask Me Anything on Instagram, on my Insta story. And so I got a few questions from that. And so I want to be answering those questions today, and we shall be golden. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. So we shall begin right away. We're not going to waste any time. So in the previous video, when I talked about how to detach, I mentioned how you should stop communication, right? And I want to speak a little bit more on that before we move on to the next thing, right? So with the thing of like stopping communication, looking back of my situation that I had with that person that I mentioned the other time, I believe we called him Zion. I don't know, just a situation that I had with a guy that I really liked a lot, but it was very obvious that it wasn't going to work out, it wasn't going to go anywhere. And so even though I liked him a lot, I had to detach, and I mentioned like it was really difficult, but I got through it, right? What I want to say when it comes to that is that the first thing is, because when you're really like deeply involved with that person, you talk to them, let's say every single day, multiple times a day, right? Going from that to like completely not speaking to them at all can be like an impossible task, like an impossible thing to ask for, right? And so what I would say, if you're in a situation where you feel like, oh my goodness, I cannot even go a full day without speaking to this person, then what you can do is at least you can first start by delaying responses, right? So before, when they text, you reply right away, of which that's what I used to do. We'll be talking, all day, like basically we would be chatting all day, right? Delayed responses. So maybe before you, of course, you can reply right away, or you would reply within an hour, you would reply within 2 hours, whatever your situation may be. And then what you can do, you can just start by delaying the responses. So it can take now 3-4 hours for you to respond. It can take the whole day for you to respond. Oh, how come, you didn't respond my text right away? It's because I've been busy, like I've been working or whatever it is. You can come up with whatever excuse you want to come up with. But I think that works, because what I noticed is that when I was in that kind of like, I don't know if it's like a cloud or whatever it was that I was in at that time, with this particular person, when talking to them like all the time, it's like you're kind of like bubble. Perfect. The perfect word is a bubble. It's like I'm in this bubble, right? So to leave that bubble, drastically, if you can, sure, go for it. But if you want to do it little by little, then you can start by delaying your responses. And what you will notice is that, let's say before you can't go, 3-4 hours without talking. But if you're delaying those responses, then you find yourself like, oh, actually, I can go 3 hours without talking to them. Oh, I can go 6 hours without talking to them. And next thing you know, I can go a full day without talking to them. I can go 2 days without talking to them. And then now where I'm at, I don't talk to them at all, right? That's how I did it. I couldn't go a full day without speaking to them, but I just started like basically, slowly but surely just decreasing my responses, and then also just giving like one sentence answers, or it was before I would like be texting paragraphs, and I just stopped doing that, right? So that's what I wanted to mention when it comes to the stop communication part. And the next point that I wanted to give when it comes to that is to list out all the cons and all the pros of this person, right? So why should I list out the pros? Okay, we'll get to that. The cons, of course, there is a reason why that you and this person cannot work, right? So these are all the negative things about that person. This really works magic. Like this works like it's absolutely amazing, right? So you want to think about all the things that you don't like about them, and you want to list them out. This will help you when at times that you are not talking to them, but you want to get back to talking to them. You can go back to that list, and you can be like, you know what? Actually, I don't like how they dress. Actually, I don't like this about them. Those types of things. So definitely list out all the things you don't like about them, and then you'll get back to that when you're tempted to talk to them. And then listing all the pros. So this may seem like, oh, why should I list out all the pros? Like if I'm trying to detach from them. But what I noticed, why for me listing out all the good things about this person, like they're fine, they're funny, they were, charismatic, all those beautiful things. Listing those things, what did for me is that it made me realize that if this person has these great qualities that I really like in them, and I was able to actually get close to him, and actually, like for the two of us to actually become close, and actually to kind of like desire something more, then if I was able to attract that, that means I can attract even better than that, right? Because I do feel as though sometimes when you're single and you are, in your house, you're alone, or whatever the situation may be, sometimes thoughts creep into your mind of like, oh, well, but what if I never meet someone, or what if I never, get to date again, or what if, this is the last guy I'll ever talk to, kind of thing. And those thoughts can creep up in your mind, and they are honestly the thoughts from the devil. Like, it's really just, it's not true, right? But, and so what I think, when you can think of like, okay, this person had these great qualities and I was able to connect with them, guess what? It can happen again. It can happen again. It can happen again. If it happened this one time with this person, it can happen again. And that is just the truth of life. We meet people, it's like the saying, like, there's plenty of fish in the sea, right? So, you know, you might be looking dry right now. You're like, where are the fish? Where's the fish? But guess what? The saying is true. And then, you know, before you know it, you are talking to the next person, right? And so whenever those thoughts start creeping up, remind yourself, I was able to talk to this person. We connected. Guess what? It can happen again. And that is the truth. It will happen again. It will happen again. Okay. Perfect. And then the last thing I would say when it comes to detaching is to keep yourself busy. I feel like this is just, I feel whenever you watch any like, you know, breakup videos of like, of course, sometimes when you're going through it, you're like watching all these YouTube videos of like, you know, how to heal from a breakup and, you know, those things. And I do think like common theme throughout all, of course, they say, you know, go through the pain, you know, go through your healing and everything. But another common theme that I've noticed with a lot of these YouTube videos, when they speak on that, or even articles, whatever it is, they speak on keeping busy and just having yourself occupied, because that's the way that time moves, and time heals all wounds, right? So keep yourself busy. Like personally, I have work, I go to church, I have this, I have to film, I have to maintain my home and everything. So those things, like whatever things you enjoy to do, like watching, listening, whatever it may be, reading, right? But whatever it may be, just keep yourself busy, keep yourself occupied, spend time with your friends, spend time with your family if you can, right? You know, taking your time to do these things. It's less time for you to think about that person, trying to detach from, right? So take your time, do things that you love to do. And before you know it, a month has gone by. Before you know it, 2 months have gone by. Before you know it, 3 months. Before you know it, it's a year. You're like, oh my goodness, I never thought I'll be able to, you know, not speak to this person. I never thought I'll be able to detach from this person. But guess what? You did it. Because how? You were keeping yourself busy. Okay. I hope that was very helpful when it comes to detaching. And that's it. We're not going to speak on that topic again. All right. And now moving on to the next thing. So I got some questions from Instagram. I mentioned that I'm about to film, so please ask me anything. One of the questions I got was, tell us a bit about your career and what you do for a living. So, you know, I'm on Instagram and, you know, I'm on YouTube. And then, of course, I do this, but it's on the side. Like, I'm not doing this full time, obviously, right now, right? So I do work. I work in a hotel. I am one of the front desk supervisors at the moment. My career has been in hospitality all my life. So basically, for my uni, I was in Switzerland for 3 years and I did a bachelor's in business administration, specialized in hospitality management, right? So I did my uni there for 3 years. I finished. And then from there, I've just been working in hotels. So after my whole career, I've only worked in hotels. I've never worked outside of a hotel. And it's something that I do enjoy. I love, because I do love talking to people. I love meeting new people every day. I cannot work a job where I'm stuck in an office where I'm just, you know, responding to emails or doing spreadsheets or whatever it is. It's just not for me. I do need that human interaction on a daily basis. Like for my work, I need to be talking to people, right? That is one of the things that I actually love to do, right? I am an extrovert. If you cannot already tell, there was a point I thought, oh, maybe I'm an ambivert because I don't need time to recharge. But actually, extroverts do need time to recharge. So that's normal. But yes, I love people and I love the job that I do. It's my passion. Okay, wonderful. The other question was, what is your favorite thing about Jesus? Your favorite thing about Jesus? Well, when it comes to Jesus, of course, it's a lot of amazing qualities about him. And also, when I think about this, is about God in general, right? So it's a lot of things that I personally love about God. Like, you know, he is the God of Almighty. He's the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. So it's a lot of things there. But what I would say, where I am at right now in this particular season of my life, my favorite thing is Jeremiah 29:11, and that is the scripture that says, for I know the plans that I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a future and a hope. Okay, that Bible verse, I love it so much, and I'm even planning to have it as like I already printed the thing, but I just need to get a frame and have it on my wall. The reason I really, really love that Bible verse is because sometimes when devastating things are happening in our lives, we are not sure, like, what is going on? Like, explain to me like what is happening, right? And that scripture reminds us that with God, He always has a plan, right? Even when things, are not making sense, even when you're really going through it emotionally and mentally and all those things, He is still there for you, and He still has a plan for you, right? And that also to me speaks of purpose. And what I've learned about God, as you get closer to Him, when you choose to spend time with Him, when you choose to really just dig deep and get closer to Him, purpose will be birthed. Right? At least for me, that has been my scenario, because it will be very clear when you ask God, like, what is my purpose? Like, why am I here? When you take time to keep asking that question, you keep seeking Him, He will reveal that answer to you. And that is where I'm at right now, because I do feel like for most of my life, like my 20s, especially, like even from, like late, I would say, around like, late 18s, like 18 there, it was always my thing of like, what is my purpose? Like, why am I here? And even my uni, like when I went to do hospitality, it wasn't a thing of like, it was my purpose. It was more of a thing of I didn't know what I wanted to do. At that age, I'm super young, right? And it was something that my dad recommended, right? So my dad recommended it, and I went with it, right? But it was not, I cannot say that is my purpose. So I did not think of it. It was never my purpose, right? But the space that I'm in currently right now, I feel as though my purpose is being birthed. God is giving me a reason. It revealed to me the reason actually towards the end of last year why I'm here. Absolutely amazing. And once you have your purpose, I do believe everything else just flows. Like, prosperity will come, the good people that you need in your life will come, fulfillment will come. Like, I feel once your purpose is there and you know why you're here, actively pursuing that, everything just flows from there, right? And so right now, that is my favorite thing about Jesus, is that through Him, I was able to discover what my purpose is. And now I am, getting the courage, through the help of the Holy Spirit, getting the courage to actually pursue it. Be confident in it, pursue it, and just see how everything else unfolds. Okay, that was the answer to that. The next question was, what are you looking forward to in 2024? So 2024, we are in, as I'm filming this, February. So far, it's been amazing. One of my goals for 2024 was to start driving. I think this has been my goal. I would say it was my goal last year as well, that I ended up not accomplishing. Honestly, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like with driving, it's like I'm learning something new. But this has been my goal this year, to learn how to drive and to actually start driving. So actually get a car and start driving, like for real, right? So I've already actually done 3 classes, which is amazing. And I have 2 more classes to go and I'll be done. And then of course, save up and buy a car, right? That has been something that have been one of my main goals for this year of 2024. Another thing I'm looking forward to is my mom coming to visit. So my mom, she's back home right now. She's back in Tanzania, and she would like to come visit me and, stay with me here at my place for, a month or so. And I'm looking forward to that because I have not seen her since 2021. So it's been a minute. So I'm looking forward to that. We praise God because she got her visa already. So I'm really happy about that. I thank God. And she'll be coming to visit. I'm looking forward to that, spending time with her, doing different things. She can see, how I'm living my life here and things like that, right? And the other thing I'm looking forward to is the growth of this channel, this YouTube channel that I really love. So that is what I'm looking forward to. Just, keep uploading videos, being consistent, and just looking forward to the growth that is to come from this channel. Okay, so if you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button because that is the way that you support me. Be sure to comment, be sure to like the video. Okay. The last question was, what is your 5-year plan? So I'll be honest and say that this is something that I honestly, maybe I think it comes natural to some people. It just doesn't come natural to me to do these like 3-year, 5-year, 10-year plans. It's something that maybe I used to do like years back, but I just don't do it anymore. I'm not sure if it's a good thing. I do think it's good to, to have plans and everything. But then of course now as I am getting closer to God, it's very important for me that my plan is actually God's plan, right? Like, God, what do you actually want for me for my life right now? And when I read this question, truthfully, I was thinking of it more of like when it comes to my career and when it comes to my family, right? Family-wise, I would get married for sure. Babies, I'm not sure. When it comes to kids, I'm indifferent right now. I'm not sure if I want kids or if I don't want kids right now. I'm not sure. I hope my mom is not watching. I hope my mom is not watching this video. But I'm not sure if I want kids. But, if my husband is like, I really, really want to have children, then you know what? We may go for it, okay? So right now, I'm not sure. But marriage for sure, I would hope that within 5 years, I would be married. If I'm not, I would be concerned. Be like, God, what's up? What one? And then the other thing is about my career. So as far as my career goes, I'm working full time, and then of course I would like to keep advancing. I would like to, make more money. Climb that corporate ladder and all those things. I do think that is wonderful. And my spiritual father encourages that a lot. He's always like, I want you to be progressing your career, right? Like my deep desire, like something that I actually really, really want is for this channel to grow. I would like to be having interviews and actually talk to different people. I actually have one person in mind right now that I've already asked her. She already agreed. She said yes. But I would like to, just have an interview with her and just talk to her. And honestly, just wanted to be like Christ-centered. I'll just talk about the Lord and all those beautiful things. So right now, like that is what I would like. And then of course, just get to deepen my relationship with God, right? So actually that is even before my career, even before my, marriage and all those things. Like God, for me, even though I'm mentioning it last, is actually my number one right now. The space that I'm in right now, this season, I am just really, really want to seek God more and more and more. I just want to seek Him. I want to, spend time with Him, and not for Him to just be that thing of like, 5-minute prayer and, that's it. Like I haven't talked to Him in like a week. No, I just want to actually be very intentional on spending time with Him on a daily basis, and go to church on Sundays and all those things. So that is where I'm at right now, and I would hope within 5 years that relationship with God would have been growing stronger, right? So I hope that answered your question. All right, so for today, that shall be it. If you are curious about anything that you didn't ask me on Instagram and you'd like to know, please feel free to just comment on the video to ask your question, and then of course I'll answer in the comment, right? But for now, I'm going to thank you for watching this video. If you did not subscribe to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Please. Thank you. Okay, I will see you next week. Bye.